waiting to see if you have anything planned, or is this?
I'm waiting on you.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back
To Blockbuster Banter.
Scarlet Edition.
You may have noticed that we didn't do a skit. That is because this is a serious review. That's why I was staring at the camera with a serious face.
I see. Okay.
Super ultra mega serious mode, and it's no longer serious.
I'm sure there'll be quips here and there, but this is
obviously
definitely one of those films where there's so much to take away. Like, I mean, we broke our rule.
We
of
did break our
not
rule.
talking about it right after.
Usually, we wait for the pod. I wasn't waiting a week and a half for this shit. No, that's just not. It's not happening.
And I feel like what we said is going to continue, or is going to stay
I had a
true.
really long time to think about. So
nice. Yeah, we talked about it for like an hour, and we were both like, "There's plenty more time that one could use to talk about this movie."
You're here with us for an hour. Anyways, you might notice I'm not wearing a flannel today. I'm taking this seriously.
Oh, and you're doing a Joker cosplay.
Yes. But before we get into the video, I'm disappointed in you. You were told to eat 15 muffins. Would you like to tell the audience how much you ate?
If you haven't seen it already, which would it be? Yeah, it would be released.
Oh,
by then,
most
by this
definitely. It's going to get
episode.
released today.
Spoiler alert. Today, it's going to be released.
Today.
Spoiler alert. I only had 7. Thank you for the 15, though. It was...
You have until the end of the video.
It's like Saw, where something... Eat the muffins. I like it.
You will do what you said. 9 or 8. Fuck.
And now I don't have the safety net. Of these taste like candy. Yummy. I don't have the safety net of being able to time lapse it.
He will devour all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's Valentine's Day today, so this is actually a somewhat appropriate movie to talk about on Valentine's Day. It had romance
During our date. Oh my God, yes.
Our
it did.
date?
It did have a romance. A little bit of a. Well, obviously we'll get there. Why don't you start, since I still got my this muffin?
But yeah, I think we both have this here, but this is the first. I've thought about it a lot, and I almost put it in my S+ tier, but it's still gonna just be at the top of my S tier. I thought about it for a while, a week and a half ish, a week and some change. It will be at the top of my S tier.
It's one of those ones. Are you done?
Yeah, I'll add more later, but yeah.
I
For
like
now.
that choice. For me, it's a movie that I'm going to be watching again. That's for sure. I'm going to be buying it. I'm going to be watching it several times over, just like I did with Puss in Boots. I mean, this
The
one
Last Wish.
jumped. Like, it hit me the same way Top Gun Maverick did, where I was like, I know how to have favorite movies now. I give Scarlet an S+.
What are you removing from your S+ tier?
I don't know. I'll let's double check. Probably Interstellar. Just because I still think it's an S tier movie, but given how much time it's had up there, it's time for something to swap
Fair
it out.
enough.
Gone but not forgotten.
I was really, really close to putting it in S+ tier. I just like my S+ tier right now.
What
My
do you have
top
in there?
3 is my top 3.
What's in there right now?
Avatar 3 is at the top of it.
Oh, you don't have it pulled up.
No, I don't have it pulled up.
I thought you did.
Okay, it's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, okay, so my S+ tier is Avatar 3, Interstellar, and Puss in Boots 2.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah.
What's mine?
Interstellar, Top Gun Maverick, Puss in Boots 2.
Okay, so yeah, Interstellar is definitely the one that gets swapped out with Scarlet.
Oh, fair enough. For me, first S tier of the year. The feelings we felt during this movie were insane.
They were all over the place too.
Yeah, just now that we're finally getting into the plot. Oh my God, what a great adaptation of Hamlet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was such a cool adaptation of Hamlet. I like that when they're alive, it's 2D animation. Though sometimes the background characters would be 2D, but
Right.
the main characters, when they're alive, would be 2D. And when they're dead, it was in 3D. I said this a couple weeks ago. Every time a movie switches between 2D and 3D animation, they always do it for a reason. And this one did not disappoint in that artistic decision.
The quality.
And it was the quality.
The landscapes, in that beginning intro cinematic, and then the big ass
The lightning.
the lightning dragon.
That was lightning sound.
And we watched it in IMAX, and that was just it.
Oh
Only
my god, it was
contributed.
booming. It was booming.
We actually watched it a week early, unbeknownst to ourselves, until a couple days later when we were like, "Oh, February."
We didn't realize it released in IMAX 1 week early, and then
So worth it.
the week that we were recording this, it released.
I
Normally.
talked my head off about this movie to like literally everybody I know. I recommended it to both of my roommates when we got home. They were
better
like,
have watched it by now.
I doubt it, but
They are failures and must suffer.
they were like, "What's it about?" And I went,
In my opinion, it's about life. Which is
Oh.
why I fucking love it.
"Yeah." I thought it was about life. The thing that I definitely told them, because it's immediately what came to my head, was regret. A little bit more specifically,
Regret,
but
revenge, yeah.
right, precisely.
But that's why I say life, because I feel like our main character, Scarlet, did go through so many different hills and valleys and so many different
Of course.
emotions. And there's a moment in each film, or in this film, for each emotion that she feels. And that's why I just want to say life in general.
I would
Feel
agree
your
for
feelings.
the overarching story, of course, and feel your feelings exactly.
Yeah.
That's Here, you take over real quick.
Yeah. This movie asks us 3 different questions, and we'll be answering them periodically, I think, throughout our plot discussion. But the first one is, what is it to live? And
Yes. Oh, right.
yeah,
From
I wrote down the three big ones.
because they were repeated several times over, right?
Yeah, I didn't write them down during the movie. I had to remember them.
Right. What is it
I
to
went
live?
crazy, but yeah,
I think
don't say muffins.
I literally was not gonna say that.
I was just making sure.
What the hell? Ah. Muffins is now my personality.
Recently, we've had a lot of muffins things. So.
Yeah, or like sweets, more than I've had in a concentrated period of
so
time in a long
good.
time. Yeah, life.
Continue.
I think, and it's funny I put it this way, as I continue to grow older, even though I'm still super young in the grand scheme of things, I feel like for me it is.
Yeah. Okay, old man. This guy literally graying.
That's not where I thought it was going. I've come to learn that I don't want to say it as definitively as happiness, but being able to just think about tomorrow comfortably so that you can think about the following day comfortably so that you can think about a week. I think it's about the long haul, but also not forgetting that each incremental step is just as important because it's part of the whole.
Right.
It's very interesting because it's also, I'm reading a book right now about consciousness. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but that's one of the things that it comes from. It's the philosophy of human consciousness and like beliefs, ideals, hurts, wants, and how those are all actionable things and how we try to dissect them to define consciousness.
Right.
And so that really contributes to how I feel about that, where it's like, it's the long haul, but you can't forget about what gets you there.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of Scarlett's journey was realizing parts of that because, bro, she was in it for the short term. Get my revenge.
Yeah.
Die. Like,
Yeah,
that
she
was
was
her
chill.
entire goal for most of the movie. And then at the end of the movie, it's the long haul. It's the, when you're
Literally.
alive, maybe you can live a little bit longer because of my choices. And I'm like,
I peak.
we literally hit the Michael Scorsese.
Yeah, so many times,
Ugh.
especially like
But
what
yeah,
she learns
and
from
I
PGD.
feel like that's just her journey in relation to yours,
And-
or your definition
Right.
of what is to live. Mine is honestly very similar, so I don't have a lot of movie connections to make to it because I just made them. But
Thanks for that, by the way.
yeah, but for me, it's just about the pursuit of one's happiness. Everyone's got a different reason to be alive, and for me, I don't want kids. I don't want a partner. Right. This is the pursuit of my own happiness, my own sanity, and my
an
own
excellent
contentment
pursuit.
in life. Yeah. I want a good career. I want a good life. I would like to contribute to society. On top of that, I want to help out other people in the future with whatever platform I'm given. Right. But for now, the pursuit of my own happiness is just the meaning of my life. And yeah, I would say about halfway through the film, give or take 10 minutes, Scarlet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Scarlet kind of has that same thing because she has like the she has the moment where she gets to see herself in the modern era dancing with Hijiri,
Yeah.
And that, my God, I love that moment so much. It's so well animated. They're back in 2D animation. The dancing looks so cool, and it just spoke happiness. And I just went, this is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the shit I'm after.
I especially agree with the one's own happiness, because a philosophy that I've also picked up over the years is the more I'm secure in myself and my own happiness, and the more structure I feel like that I as a person can have. And so when I meet people and encounter people, there's no surprises. They're gonna meet me, they're gonna understand me, and they have the full capability to say I accept or I reject.
Right.
And that's the beauty of
beautiful.
self-happiness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Which I would argue our main heroine gets it at the end.
I think so too.
The next part of the movie, and which will ergo go into the next question, was obviously all of the fucking death. We had a song about love playing over a fucking volcano, and it was some of the coolest shit I have ever seen. Like, it was like, just because of all of the themes and messaging that the movie has put up until this point, there was something so effective about having that volcano going off and having the song very, very much about love and happiness, just, you know, while people are just dying. Mm-hmm. It was this oddly beautiful moment. Yeah, very oddly beautiful moment, because people were actively, you know, I guess not really dying because they were already dead, but, you know, like disappearing
into
and
nothingness.
returning nothingness, right? But like, it was all the like you could see the hope in each individual marching up of this mountain, really wanting another chance.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's why I think it was so pretty, because they still believed and they still hoped. And that's why I think it was so effective to put that song there, because they could have just shown that and it would have been the most dismal thing of all time.
Yeah.
But that music piece, I guess this is technically one of my highlights too, because I can't stop thinking about this scene. But so I won't bring it up later. But genuinely, such a beautiful like minute segment.
Yes.
That has stuck with me the entire time. Mm-hmm. And then obviously that leads into the fight at the top of the mountain, and then later when we meet Claudius again.
Finally.
At the fuck that guy. He's going in places today.
He's going places. He's not to the heavenly above.
But like when we see him again at the door, next question, what is it to die? Then we'll go on to the look at this good boy.
Every time I chew like hurriedly to be able to speak, I automatically think of that scene from Kung Fu Panda where he's like, enough talk. Let's fight. Anyway.
I knew what you were about to do. It's so peak.
What does it mean to die? I think this is also a very interesting question, because I personally agree with the sentiment of that there are two deaths. There's the time where you stop living. Breathing, and then there's the time that your name is spoken for the last time or something, and then you're forgotten by history. And so to die,
that's honestly bar for bar what I was gonna say.
I think it's the nothingness. Yeah.
It's once you return to, and I think that's why there's two deaths in this movie too, because you die physically, but regardless of if you believe in afterlife or not, your name could be in a history book. You could be on the internet forever. It won't necessarily be forever.
Of course.
Eventually, the name Blockbuster Banter will fade into nothingness.
No!
Don't let that happen!
In the year 42,500.
Blockbuster Banter.
We are cyborgs. We look like the Master.
With the Master.
I like that you bring that up, because another thing that I think that, and that tied it a little into the last question, into this one as well, is just like the power of faith. Because, I mean, of course,
there was so much faith.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and we were in Denmark, so it was very Shakespearean. But then also,
they were also just ripped straight from Hamlet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then
the only one who's not ripped from Hamlet is Scarlet, because she's just a gender bent version of the main and protagonist of Hamlet.
But with the faith, I like how. I mean, it's such a strong characteristic in this movie, because when you were talking about that scene of like the antithesis between the music, you know, one perception versus the visual perception, it was very, like, honestly very moving for me too, because as they were going up, some of those people were never able to figure out whether or not these things they were told, not only in their active lives, but in their second life, where it could last who knows how long they would have to keep faith and keep strong. And they never figured it out when certain people were able to.
Right.
And so I think that just ties into this question, like what it to die. I think those people, at that point, that's probably where like the death comes from, like the self is gone, and I guess that's where I would define it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, our definitions don't really differ much, and it's really cool how well connected to the movie they are. I mean, and even then, even after your second death being forgotten, right? Scarlet is probably not remembered by the time of Hijiri, right? Just at all, right? Probably in a history book, long forgotten. But her goal was to create less conflict in the world by rising up as queen. So the impact you have is still there, regardless of how often you die.
That's true. Oh my God. And even extension, or a further extension of death, perhaps a third, you're right, with your contributions until their effects have been
a third
outlived.
death. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Dude, Coco did not predict this.
Wait, who?
Coco from, like, the movie?
Oh!
That has the
I thought you meant the ASL gorilla. That was
We're still
really
a comedy podcast. We gotta be a little funny.
I thought you meant the best friend of Robin Williams. Or yeah, right?
Yeah, like,
or like the inverse, rather. I'm sure he had more close acquaintances than with the gorilla. But I don't know. I never knew the guy.
POV, Mama Coco. Anyways, but no, that's such a great point. I didn't even think about it as a third death, but yeah, you die several times, and that's very interesting.
And I think that holds true for however many dimensions it might end up actually being.
I agree.
The particles in your being finally being outused.
No.
Oh, I
can't. You have to learn your job. But yeah, this movie at this section, this final section of this story, definitely talks about, and I really like how it talks about all three of these questions without actually it just repeats them. It doesn't ever give the answer. It's up to us, the viewer, to answer them, and like I love it.
I love the.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing serious movie.
I especially like it because since it's Shakespearean, it feels more theatrical.
It does. Oh, it so does. All the fighting felt very theatrical. All of the like character emotions felt very theatrical. But like,
I especially
I'm
like
not dead. You know, he's
what is it? A Shinigami, right?
Yeah, that's. Look, it might not be a Japanese god of death. I kept saying that because it made me think of the Shinigami from Death Note.
Well, yeah.
But
whatever this being was,
right.
I like that they always propose questions like you say. Nobody ever, through dialogue, says this is what it is. It's kind of like if you're watching a play and then they're doing a scene change and that character comes out, out to the audience, and I was like, this is so cool.
It always felt like she was talking to us rather than the characters that were in the movie. That's what I really, really liked. Because like even at the beginning, she would always be all like, I wonder what Scarlet is doing now, right? Type B. So yeah, she always felt like a narrator, even though she was a physical part of the story, and did contribute twice to Scarlet's journey.
In very impactful ways.
Yeah. And then we obviously get to the moment where she forgives Claudius. Fuck that guy.
And then the third question, right?
Yeah. But she also gets to talk to her father again, and then she gives Hijiri the goodbye kiss. Which, God, what a great, short-lived, but like, that's how you do romance.
Yes, I agree. I'm so glad.
But the reason I bring all three of these up before I say the question is because these are all different versions of love.
This is
true. We have familial love. There's no way she would forgive a random person. I don't believe it. Even with the journey that she went through, if Claudius wasn't her uncle, I don't think she would have sat there and said, well, I guess she didn't really forgive him, but you know, the closest she could get to forgiveness, right? But the final question, what is it to love, right? You had familial love, albeit Claudius's. Bro, me would I kill my brother to take his kingdom and then turn his like beautiful kingdom?
For no other reason?
Yeah, I'm just evil, bro.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
Bro did it for the love of the game.
Claudius did all that shit for the love of the game and lost. Good. There was nothing more satisfying in this film or anything I've seen recently, maybe except for Porridge walking up into that meeting with Mom Fontaine, but that's that then Claudius getting smited after Scarlet
literally smited too.
And then she gets to talk to her father, and then she gets to have her goodbye with Hijiri, and to me, Hijiri taught Scarlet how to love again.
I think so too. Bro, if I had to depart with my beloved via this, I'd be glad to die.
Yeah.
How would I recover?
Yeah.
How?
I've cried. Well, I only had 2 tears in the goodbye moment between Hijiri and Scarlet. Those tears were huge. They were the tear streaks from the crying emoji. Like, quantity over quality. I've sobbed more and longer at things, but I've never sobbed that hard at things. I didn't even sob. It was just...
It was a different kind of a grief. I feel like that's what I felt, because I feel like sadness would emote with tears.
They're from 2 different time periods. We knew from the beginning it probably wasn't going to work out, but there was something so special about their relationship that their goodbye hurt so much.
Yeah, it felt like grief and it felt like longing. I felt more weight upon my body than I did tears in my eyes.
I know.
Oh my god! What did I just say?
Write that down, write that down. That was bars. But, like, just that whole sequence at the end, what is it to love? It takes on so many different forms. Like, truly, I think this one is the hardest one to answer. Because...
Especially because love feels much more of, like, an evolved concept and action rather than to live or to die.
At the end of the day, it is just a chemical reaction in our brains.
Yeah.
And we, as the human being, choose how we enact this.
Intercept.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is why I think what is it to love is just the hardest one to answer. There's platonic love, there's familial love, there's fatherly love, there's romantic love. There's so many different types of love, and this is why I was saved for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I didn't think about it.
It wasn't planned.
Would you not? Because I have something in my brain that I could feel to encompass all of those. Well, they would be.
Please, because for me they're all so different that it's hard to fully answer the question.
I think that
I have to give kind of a half answer.
So while I still think that they are all very different, and the expressions of each of those and their manifestations definitely would give them their alacrity and what makes them unique. I feel like the unison between them for me is how much of myself I'm willing to contribute, and that the more that I'm willing to contribute, which of course comes from a number of factors, but from all within the same pile, I would say, is like sometimes, maybe a little selfishly, what can I get back from it?
Right.
But I feel like love is a beautiful, complex push and pull. Like, for example, like you say, the way I love my mother is very different than how I love you or our other best friend. But I feel like I would do the same amount of things for each of you because of how much I know the result would be from giving, not only to get back, but how good it would feel to just give without having anything to come back. And so I think it's how much of yourself you're willing to put into someone else. Because then that has worth as well.
I love that. That's great. I think I'm just gonna agree with that one as
retweet.
Yeah, retweet.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Hashtag
I think there's so many different ways we can answer this question. I would argue there's more ways to answer this one than the previous two.
Of course.
But yeah, I've been so excited to talk about those 3 questions. That was the one thing I wouldn't talk about after the movie, because this was the thing I wanted to say specifically for the podcast. I didn't want to gestate on your answers as much as I wanted mine to ferment, and both of ours coming out really cooked. Valentine's Day.
Sorry, I'm planning. I don't know why I look at them. I'm planning.
But I think that brings us out of the plot. Like, it's just such a solid plot. It's a solid adventure. Skip quite a bit of the beginning bits, but that brings us into our highlight section, which is my highlight, the start of the movie.
You mean the intro? How much of it? Like, give me from point 0 to point X.
Point 0, obviously, to point Hijiri. Hijiri is my next highlight.
So getting everything to learn about
Yeah.
present time, death time, back
Yep.
time.
Yep. And that goes back into the 2D, 3D switch.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go into that anymore because I already did. It was great. It was very well done. But getting to see her life, getting to see the King Armret. Yeah, I don't know. The portrait had the R, but the subtitles had L because L and R are the same thing. So I'm just going to say Amulet. Right, seeing Cornelius kill Amulet. Like, I even called the 2 people who didn't actually kill him. I was just like, why aren't your swords bloodied?
I didn't even notice.
I saw the front 2 guys, and I was like, oh, maybe they're just hiding the swords behind them, and you can't see the blood.
But then we have the flashback.
But then we have the flashback, and we're told that he said forgive, right? And that's the reason why it's the highlight, because seeing her whole life, seeing how dedicated to vengeance she is, not even just her, but like other people who are helping her train for this, seeing how much Cornelius hates her, how much Gertrude, her own mother, hates her. Like, holy shit, Gertrude's going places too. I'm telling you that now.
Oh, she is!
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's why that entire section. And then we see her give up super early. I died. I lost. She's in the little abyss thing with all the other lost souls. And we have our Shinigami just say, hey, he's here. Which obviously plays into one of my later highlights, the twist that she is alive the whole time, which we'll also talk about. But yeah, I just really like that entire section. Once Hijiri shows up, I feel like all the exposition has been given to us. We know all the rules. We get a cool fight scene, but just the way they set up the entire story, the entire journey. What a highlight. What a great Act 1. What a impeccably written Act 1.
Yeah. A strong start is always super helpful.
Oh yeah, and what... I can highlight all 3 acts, really, but I'm not going to. I'm going to choose the first act, not because I think it's the best, but because I haven't highlighted an Act 1 yet.
I also love that from the intro, we, through Scarlet, also don't know what her father said.
Yeah.
And, having seen her father get killed, I definitely was like, what did he say? Why did he get killed? And learning it so far later, and then still having enough time for that to ruminate, I think between the intro to here, like, those separations.
We have, half the story to ruminate on Forgive.
Yeah. After so much has already happened.
And we learned it from an enemy, too.
Yes.
Like, someone who kind of had a hand in his overthrowing death.
I have my highlight, and I know that you have one, so we can just share it. Hijiri,
yeah.
As in general.
If he's both of our next highlight, then yeah. Hijiri's character is so well written. At first I was all like, why is this a random dude from the present day?
I was like, I thought this was about the medieval times.
Yeah. Like life and death, the afterlife, and a medic. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he ended up being not my favorite character. My second favorite character. Scarlet, of course, is my favorite character, but he's so well written. He is one of the goats. He's so... Look, I will always praise Weathering with You. I know you haven't seen it, but just very, very quickly. The reason I love that movie so much is there is a character that does nothing but the correct choice. His name is Keisuke Suga. He's the first Suck My.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Suck My Suga is the first Suck My.
Wow. Making the right decisions.
Yeah. Hijiri, he's a Keisuke Suga. He is somebody that... Look, Resident Evil 9, if it wasn't coming out this month, I 100% would have already have been Suck My Scarlet or Suck My Hijiri. Something. I would have already changed my Discord profile to this movie. It's next. Mm-hmm. Period. But, still, Hijiri's just the absolute goat. Everything he does is right. His existence is so pure.
Yes.
And so... he's not necessarily comedic relief, but he's like hopecore relief. Almost.
Yeah, hopecore. Yeah,
because at this point in the story, our main protagonist is the main instigator of every single conflict. She's all like, I hate you, I'm going to kill you. She's like, oh, look at these guys. Right, so having this guy who's just all like, okay, we're going to not do all that. And then she slowly respects his wishes more and more, and then...
And they learn from each other still.
Exactly. I love watching them learn from each other. It's so fucking satisfying, especially because during the big climactic fight at the base of the mountain, we see some of the stuff that Hijiri
picked up from Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I like how his actions, doing the right thing, also, the first word that comes to mind is just righteous.
He is a very righteous man.
It feels like what he does is lawful, is like for the good of mankind, or for the good of others.
Unfortunately, I do think we skipped Hijiri in the character section just because we're talking about him now. But to add on to that, while Cornelius was evil for evil's sake, Hijiri is something that I feel like we don't see a lot.
Yeah.
He's just good for good's sake.
He's just good.
He's just a good person.
He cannot be coerced. He can adapt a little bit, but his attenuation from his truth is very, very minimal.
Why'd you become a medic? I just wanted to help people. Wow, what a simple human answer.
Yes.
I love him. He's so cool.
Yeah.
I want to be him.
He's awesome.
not a medic, but him, like just that version.
Exactly. I think he very well embodies selflessness and one of the stronger sides of two of the questions of what it means to live and what it means to love. He's giving part of himself each and every which way that he can.
Yeah.
I
don't argue he does. What is it to die too?
Sure, yeah.
Because he doesn't even consider death. When he jumps in front of a murderer and gets stabbed, he saves other people.
For the kids.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like he sacrifices his life without a second thought.
I feel like that's what contributes to his righteousness so much.
Yeah.
And how he has so much plot armor from the dragon.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more from the story?
No. I have one more highlight.
By all means, by all ours.
The final shot of the movie, the true meaning of being a royal, not having the crown on, yet still being the one in charge. Unlike Cornelius, who never, the moment he was king, I don't think we saw him without that crown once.
Even in the afterlife.
Yeah. The bro would not let the crown go. He had to be in charge.
For whatever reason. Fuck you, Cornelius.
Fuck you, Cornelius.
God,
he's the worst. Yeah. I guess, yeah. So, I was going to say, I guess Cornelius is also kind of a highlight, just a really well-written villain, but later.
Yeah.
I can highlight this whole movie.
Honestly.
But yeah, to me, Scarlet just staring off into the ocean, at peace, happy. Because damn does she deserve it after all the shit she went through from childhood. Finally finding that happiness and that love again. Being in charge, being the queen, but she doesn't have the crown or the power.
I also like that was the true ocean that, I hear that in the Stairway to Heaven or whatever.
Right.
There's a vast ocean and she was able to actually
found her ocean. So, what a great final shot that just has lingered in my mind since. That's how you end a movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That is resolution.
Yeah.
Purity.
Yeah.
That is pure resolution.
It's not even a punch in the face. Like, I may have done this, but it wasn't a punch. What made it so impactful was the fact that it was so in the moment.
Yeah. I felt like I was gently led into a warm lake.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I can be here forever.
Yes.
That's my final highlight for the film.
So good. She's more of a character, which we'll get into, but a highlight is just having a female protagonist.
Yeah. A well-written one.
Me love. Yes, exactly. One that felt like it was her own identity.
I think female protagonists are often hated because this is something that doesn't exist with a male protagonist, but a lot of them are, look at me, I'm a woman, and no one does that for a male protagonist. No one's like, look at me, I'm a man!
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars Battlefront 2, for example, the protagonist for that campaign is Ida Versio. In the dumbest situations imaginable, she takes off her helmet to remind the audience she's a woman. I know she's a woman. Stop fucking telling me. Why is she taking off her helmet? Oh, look, the spaceship just blew up and now she doesn't have oxygen because she's about to get swept up into space because she took her fucking helmet off. Why would a Special Forces trooper do this? Also, there's fucking cameras on this ship. You're a Special Forces trooper. You don't exist. Why would you let the rebels know you exist? By taking off your fucking helmet.
This is true. Very good point.
It's rectified later in that campaign when she joins the rebels and doesn't wear a helmet 24/7, and then Ida Versio can just be a good character. But why did I have to shuffle through the constant reminders? I get it. They're not as prolific as male protagonists are, so male protagonists never have to do that legwork. But I want representation that is just like, if I watched Shang-Chi, for example, and I just saw an Asian man constantly remind me he was Asian, I'd be pissed. I love Shang-Chi so much because he's just a dude who was born Asian.
And it kind of like
that's what I like about Scarlet. Scarlet can the best representation is if you can take all of the labels of a person and you can't change them without fully changing the characters entirely. If Scarlet was a man, it wouldn't be as cool.
I agree. What I also really like is that through her, the culture, which I just think, and like through the culture of whether it's your ethnic culture, or I would say your sexual culture, it happened organically.
Yeah.
It was navigated more organically, which is what I really like about it too.
I agree. Yeah. Like, I just want to explore this human being as they are, right? The character that is presented to me. I don't need reminders of who they are because I have already learned this knowledge. You telling me over and over again makes me want to rip my own ears off and bleach my eyes so that I cannot see because I no longer want to consume this piece of media. And I think that's where, and of course, just sexism. Which, if you dislike female protagonists because they are women, please unsubscribe. Because we don't do that here.
I really like, there's this interview with Denzel Washington, and I really like what he says about, the interviewer asked him, could this movie have been made? It was a movie about black culture. Could this movie have been made with white character? And he says,
no.
I like how he says it. It's like, it's not about the color, it's about the culture. It's about the fact that, black directors far more likely, 100%, going to have more of an idea of what it means to wake up in the morning as a black American, just like a Mexican director would.
I'm Asian American, so it would be so weird if I made an Afro-Latino film.
Yeah. It's like, how to navigate that culture. And so that's why.
This is the representation that needs to exist. That stuff like that.
Scarlet, man.
Yeah, and I think Scarlet does a female protagonist that almost like the best. This is the bar now.
This movie's the bar.
This movie is the bar.
This movie, worship freaking mind. You can't even pull off that shit. World record.
It's such a good movie.
It's so movie. Non-derogatory.
But yeah, like,
Speaking of Scarlet.
Dude, we've said so much about Scarlet and Hijiri. I feel like we just need to give highlights, or to give spotlight to the other characters. I don't have anything to add about Scarlet because she was in most of my highlights and was 90% of like the plot discussion.
That's actually a good point.
So, I feel like
I liked the caravan film.
The caravan film was so much fun.
They
were so cool.
They had their own culture.
I know, but they were all different cultures too. It was so cool to see all these different cultures. I imagine different time periods as well.
Yeah.
That ran into each other, came together, wanted to not be awful bandits, right? And just made this cool caravan nomad culture.
Fourth death. So we have no.
Bro, we're dying so much this episode.
We have someone spoken your last word. We have your contributions, but then what about? And this movie makes me, and that's why I really fucking love this movie. It's so easy to talk about what could they possibly need.
Don't listen to the reviews of this movie. We're gonna talk about it in the post show. Yeah. I have so many words to say about how awful the reviews of this movie are and the lack of media literacy.
Like, what if the last death is, the lack of community? Because, if there's only one human being alive, that's not living.
So the death of culture. I would argue that's different from a person's death. I would say that's
I just think I guess that's true. Broader death.
Yeah. It's more, broader, more umbrella. But I do agree, that is definitely a type of death. The death of your culture, the death of your community, the death of Blockbuster Banter's comment section.
Who else is there? The dragon.
The dragon. I'm excited for the dragon. I love that the dragon turned out to be the crows that just fly around. To me, the dragon is a judge.
Yeah.
A jury and an executioner.
The smite.
Right. Yes. The closer you get.
Reference.
The closer we get to the eternal land, the harsher the judgment will be if you are an evil person. I mean, Cornelius was right at the fucking door. Yeah. That was the most amount of lightning anyone got. He got all of it.
He got charred.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Everyone else didn't really get charred that hard. And he ate all of that lightning.
It was so directed, too. Because, when we saw the band...
Scarlet was right there, and she didn't even get touched. Yeah. But, yeah, I think... Because a lot of people were talking about, the characters in the movie were like, why do good and bad people end up here? I think it's because the bad people do still end. 1,000,000% of bad people are going to nothingness. This is Dragon to find them and get rid of them. Of course. You only get a shot at heaven if you are a good person.
Yeah, there's that neutral limbo spot, but you still have yet to be judged.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Because the people in the caravan don't get attacked. Scarlet, who's alive, right? We learned that later, but Scarlet never gets attacked. Hijiri never gets attacked. The goat!
Oh my god.
So I love this dragon constantly showing up. I thought it was going to be the big boss.
Yeah, honestly.
And I'm so happy it wasn't.
Seeing it from the trailer, she was like, she gotta fight what?
He's like, how the fuck are you killing that?
Speaking of the dragon, though, the Sky Ocean.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's not a character, but it's so cool.
It's so cool, and the way that it emerges from the ocean, it's kind of like it would be the inverse if you were on a boat and then you saw, I don't know, a shark or a manta ray swimming. You'd be like, this is a big creature.
Yeah.
You still get that same ominous feeling, but now it's going to crash down on you. Like
Right.
the might of the heavens.
What a great way to put that. Yeah.
So cool.
Such a good force.
Yeah.
There's also the Shinigami, which I don't think we have. There's not much to add to the Shinigami, I don't think.
Yeah, other than
Like,
your
yeah.
plot driver.
The big, yeah. Plot driver, philosophy driver, etc., etc.
Uber driver.
Cornelius. Let's get into some antagonists. Oh, baby. Cornelius.
Corny, my boy.
What the fuck, you fucking fucker.
Oh my god.
Like, what a well-made villain. I love super deep villains like Miles Quaritch, but look, I know I said anime villains don't scratch the top 20. No, this guy's in the top 10.
Wow.
Cornelius,
Really?
I love Cornelius. He's such a great villain. He is, in my opinion, one of anime's greatest villains of all time.
Wow.
Well, because just what it represents, and he's just evil.
Oh, did you hear why? Did you hear why? Or did I say loud? Why? What?
What?
I'm confused. I thought I said something wrong. Never mind.
Okay.
Go on.
But he just does this shit
Mhm.
for the love of the game.
For the love of the game, truly.
Like, Scarlet literally just says, just ask for forgiveness, and
And he
you can move on. And he literally just says, why the fuck would I ask forgiveness from you?
He is just pure.
And then he
evil.
immediately tries to kill her. And then he gets smited. Deserved.
The pure evilness was definitely very satisfying.
Yeah.
Personally, I would still veer towards I like the deaths of like a Miles Quaritch.
Right. But there's something about a pure evil villain.
That the takedown is all
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's frick you, Cornelius.
I gotta, like, normally I hate a revenge story without a resolution. If you are going to go the route of vengeance isn't worth it, your character can't kill a single person, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The moment they cross the line and they kill a goon,
Rest in peace.
we can't not kill the big bad.
Right.
For example, I despise The Last of Us 2. I think it is one of the worst games of all time. Not necessarily gameplay, but story-wise, one of the worst games of all time. But a huge reason that I hate it is we are at the finish line. We have Abby at gunpoint or whatever it is. She killed Joel. I don't care about Abby. You made me play half the game as Abby. Fuck you for that. I've been waiting to kill her this entire time because I didn't forgive her. Fuck you. You didn't tell me to forgive her. Why are we suddenly forgiving her at this? We've killed all her friends. It would just not resolve the story.
I've never played the second one. Isn't it
Don't.
also a theme of forgiving since playing as Abby? Well,
Yeah, poorly.
Ah.
That's why I say yeah the way I do, because it's like, really? This movie had a theme of forgiveness. So well done.
This is true.
Cornelius still deserved to die, and that's why it's so satisfying that Scarlet doesn't kill him and he still dies.
Yes. Yeah.
She gets everything.
It's nothing.
Exactly. And the viewer gets the satisfaction because there's no way in hell Cornelius deserved to live this movie. He did not deserve to survive this movie in the fucking slightest.
And you're right. He was also like at the finish line.
Yeah.
He had to.
They were at the finish line. That was like if, in my opinion, this would have ruined the movie. If Scarlet forgave him and they just started holding hands and went and got resurrected together. That would have genuinely ruined the movie.
You know,
I
see
understand
your
the
point.
theme of forgiveness,
'Cause
but that's why I like that she said, ask me for forgiveness and I will give you the closest thing that I can give you to it because I don't forgive you.
That's also a good point. Yeah. Because I don't fucking forgive.
Yeah. That's why I hate revenge stories where at the end we randomly decide we're not killing the main person when we've already killed the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just seem like an awful person, Ellie, because you murdered a bunch of people for nothing because you've decided that this means nothing to you now. So all those people you just killed, they were just fucking murders. You just massacred half a city for fun. You're an awful person. Right? Scarlet doesn't even kill that many people. She doesn't go on this crazy. Like, most of her kills are in the fight at the base of the volcano to protect other people.
That's right.
The morality here is crazy. Right?
Yeah.
She doesn't even kill Voltamon and the other guy.
Right.
I don't remember the other guy's name.
Which, shout out Hijiri for helping the
Yeah.
Catalyst go like, no, don't kill. So we get into, is there any particular performance?
I can't really, because they're
The main-
I just voice acting really good. I didn't,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't understand Japanese, so I had to read the whole movie.
That's a good point. A lot of it was like,
A lot of it, I mean,
I screams.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I can hear the tones, I can hear the emotions. I don't know any of the actors' names, so I can't go crazy about the performances. But I think everyone was well acted, well voiced. The emotion was fucking there.
The dragon motion capture was really cool.
Yeah,
They flew in a real dragon from Skyrim.
it was all the way in that post-defeat.
Yeah, I'm out of a job. Nice.
I think that's everything that we have to say about Scarlet 2025.
Oh, here it is. Alright, what's your other?
We're also doing Super Bowl trailers, though there was nothing.
Who's ready for
First trailer that we saw, Super Mario Galaxy.
Hype.
I'm so hyped. The first one is so good that while I was crossed one night, I watched it 3 times
Nice.
in one sitting.
Hell yeah.
I was dying the whole time.
It looks.
But it looks so
I
good.
can't wait to watch
Rosalina
it.
is going to be my crush now. Peach already was. I'm excited for everyone to return except for Seth Rogen, who is not returning.
Thank goodness.
Really? I liked him as Donkey Kong. Apparently, it's rumored that he's going to get his own spin-off movie, and that's why he's not in this one.
Whoa.
He's going to be the main character of one.
I like Seth. I just have I wish voice actors would get big roles and not. Oh, look who we have!
Oh, yeah,
People
somebody. Yeah.
Like people who train for it and have
Yeah.
the expertise. That's why there are voice actors in this.
Yeah.
That's maybe a hot take.
My hot take is I love Chris Pratt's Mario.
That is a pretty hot take.
Yeah, I know. Everyone hates it. And I'm like, it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty amazing. I don't know how you could watch the first movie and not think it was great.
Fair enough.
Sorry. I get it from the trailers, but like once you watch the movie, I'm like, I'm sorry. He's great.
Yeah.
Can't wait for more Jack Black as Bowser. Like, I'm sorry. Jack Black as
That's my
Bowser.
temper.
The fact that Jack Black as Bowser is more below than Chris Pratt as Mario is crazy to me. Chris
Oh,
Pratt
I
as
see.
Mario, is it? Like, what's the difference between these 2 castings?
Actually, that's
Not
a very good
much.
point. It's almost one of the same.
Yeah,
feel like
I think
the
it's
same
just that hate that Chris Pratt gets for really stupid reasons.
thing.
Anyways,
What's next?
Bride trailer 3. That was easily Bride's best trailer.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, it looked so good. I
Built
was
up
so
more of my
excited.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Another, I can already tell Bride is such a well-written female protagonist. Like, I can already tell.
I'm so excited.
You don't need to pass the Bechdel test if you can just put Bride in your movie. 2 women have to talk about not a man. That's it. That's the whole Bechdel test.
Interesting.
Yeah, Scarlet passes that. Scarlet talks to several female characters, and almost never about a man. But I think the Bechdel test only applies in a male-dominated cast. If you can do a female protagonist like Scarlet and probably Bride, like 98% certain it's Bride will also fall in this category. I don't think you need to pass Bechdel test because you're doing more than 98% of movies.
What else we got?
All right, we talked about this last week. If you saw, the Super Bowl one I didn't put on because it almost looked like a car commercial, and I don't even think it's going to be in the movie. But the Mandalorian and Grogu second trailer, oh my god, that was better than the first one. If you genuinely think this movie is going to be bad, I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's going to be so fucking good. Like, every time I hear Jon Favreau talk about this movie, all he does is talk about how they've stepped up their game because we're not making a TV show anymore, we're making a movie, and we're stepping up our game. And the more that comes out about this movie, at least me as a Star Wars fan, you're feeding me! You are feeding me! Oh no, my steak is too seasoned and my pork chop is well made! Like, what the fuck are we complaining about? Like, we couldn't get anything cooler.
How long has it been since the last Star Wars theatrical movie?
2020.
Really?
Yep, 2019.
What about Solo or whatever?
Before 2018? So
Real damn.
Star Wars can say Star Wars. It makes sense. you're gonna be the good type of Star Wars fan that likes Star Wars, like me. Like, I'm sorry, respectfully, when I watched Star Wars Celebration last year, they do like a big convention every other year, and last year's Star Wars Celebration, when they were announcing stuff and showing off trailers, I was literally nothing but excited. And I go to the comments, and it literally ruined my day.
Oh wow!
Like, how can you guys be so fucking miserable all the fucking time and hate on the thing you guys claim to be fans of?
This is true.
Like, I was so excited. Everything they announced, I was like, yes! Peak! And then I go to the comments and they're like, we're doing this. It sucks. You're miserable. Leave the basement. Mom wants you to move out. You make her house smell.
Good points.
And I'm sorry, the second trailer for Mandalorian Grogu looked awesome. I'm so excited.
I like that.
Like, yeah, this is going to be your first ever Star Wars movie. And, I mean, I'm jealous that you get to watch this movie in theaters for your first ever experience in Star Wars.
Well, in theaters anyway.
Yeah. But at the core of Star Wars is fun and space.
Oh yeah.
And this is what this movie looks like it's going to be. And sure, yeah, there's 3 seasons of television I'm not making you watch. I mean, it's only 24 episodes total.
Oh, nice.
Which equates to like 48, and not even really, because don't watch anything prior. If you want to watch the show afterwards, go crazy, but not prior.
Okay.
But that's all I have to say about that. I kind of rambled for that one.
What else we got?
These are the Super Bowl trailers that I put on. Minions and Monsters.
So hyped.
I did Gentle Minions, which, if you don't know, was everyone dressing up in suits and ties and like hitting the 2 tickets for Minions 2, please type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Though people ruined it by like just being obnoxious theater goers and like throwing popcorn everywhere and like, guys, like Chicken Jockey in the Minecraft movie, people were like actively throwing their like large popcorns across the theater. Like, if you're gonna do stuff like that, just wait for streaming. You ruin it for everyone else.
Honestly,
and, you're an awful like moviegoer. I'm not gonna say you're an awful person for that, but like, you don't deserve to be around other people. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm excited for this one too. It looks so stupid.
Yeah, it does.
And I think this one's gonna actually be bad. I hate Minions 1 and 2.
This one does look like it's actually.
It does look like it's gonna be really bad, but that's why I'm excited. The last time I watched Minions, it was with my aunt, and yeah, I still hated it, but I had a lot of fun making fun of it with my aunt, so I still had fun. You can enjoy that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure this is gonna be a shit movie, but I get to enjoy it with you. So, and then the one I'm so excited for, the highlight of next month, Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
Oh my god, that new Super Bowl trailer looks so fucking cool. We got such a good look at the alien, such a good look at the world that's being built here, and Ryan Gosling's character and his goals and humanity's goals. And it's very Interstellar-esque, but I can see the differences.
Of course.
And I'm so fucking hyped. There's going to be an $80 Lego set that will be here on set forever.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Was that all?
That is all of them. Because we did get to Scarlet. No, we got to Scarlet a little bit late because it took us forever to find parking in Seattle, Washington.
All right.
So we probably missed a trailer or 2. Minions 3. But
it's time for our pride and joy.
I got a moment of noise. It's for Claudius.
For Claudius, for Rosencrantz, for Guildenstern, for
Cornelius was the other traitor. Cornelius was the first guy, the older guy with the bald, and then Voltamand was the guy with black hair and also kind of balding.
For all of them.
Sorry, I forgot Cornelius's name for the longest time. But Claudius, you get a moment of noise. He's really the only person that died that I want a moment of noise. I don't care about the rest of them.
The other 2 will be one from me. I'll give a couple of extra. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Did they die? Oh, they did die.
Yeah, they got
I forgot that. For some reason, I didn't think that killed them, but yeah, they most definitely died. You know what? Yeah, moment of noise.
They get up, they're like, ow.
That hurt me.
Freaking
I shouldn't have done that.
Freaking.
I'm gonna break my ribs.
Yeah.
I would like to moment of silence, Yujiri. This is gonna be the most profound moment of silence.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, Amulet too? That was for Amulet as well.
Yeah, Amulet deserves to be part of that as well. I have 2 fuck this guys and 1 Hater Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Gertrude and Claudius. Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck that guy.
Oh.
Boo. We hate
Pitchfork,
you.
thumbs down, phone finger.
Genuinely awful individuals.
Yes.
I belong to the person who would be. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're weird.
You are weird.
POV, my uncle's my stepdad because my mom betrayed my father and my uncle killed my dad. What? What a weird family tree.
Yes, it is.
The family.
That's like a star where you don't raise them.
Yeah, it is the family star. And the Hater Hall of Fame. Yeah, they're going places. I was debating to put Gertrude in here, but I do think we should limit it to 1 per movie.
Do you? Oh, you're gonna go with...
Oh, well, I guess we did
Are you
put
gonna go
both.
with Cornelius?
Of course I'm going with Claudius. Claudius, not Cornelius.
Oh, yeah.
Cornelius stopped hating.
I thought you were gonna go with Gertrude. Or Gertruda, right?
Yeah. No, I was going to go with Claudius because she actively... Because Scarlet gave him the chance, like...
That's true.
To be
and
forgiving.
he stayed hating for the love of the game. Okay.
He just hated his brother for no reason besides, oh, you're on the crown and I'm not, or you have the throne and I don't.
Yeah.
Like, took his wife for no reason, made everyone suffer for no reason, because he just wanted it all. Yeah, he 100% deserves it more than Gertrude.
I agree. Very good point.
But I guess we also don't necessarily have to put only 1 per movie, because we did put both Miles of Origins.
We can just go with
Technically, King Claudius. I don't even like calling him King, but it is
Hater
true.
Hall of Fame.
Hater Hall of Fame, the next addition to the Hater Hall of Fame.
Happy Wheels noise.
And now, it's time for Blockbuster Banter. Special Bass! Anyways, Rosencrantz.
Zip tied to a rope segway going up of a mountain.
Pass. I'm scared. Next up, Voldemort.
Pass.
Really? He's big and burly.
Traitor.
I want him on top of him.
He's a traitor.
He did betray twice, but
Can't trust him. I can't.
one night stand.
Oh.
A one night stand. I don't need trust with that.
A little bit of a tooted and booted.
Yeah.
I like it.
Blow my load and
on I go.
On I go.
I don't know. I thought you were making it up on the spot.
I was.
Oh, yeah.
Blow my load and
Off I go.
off I go, yeah. Next up, Cornelius.
Pass.
One night stand.
Nice.
I think they're very attractive men.
Fair enough.
And I would. Alright. Gertrude.
Pass.
Yeah, also pass.
Yeah.
Gross. She's a... I don't... Like, her genes didn't even try with Scarlet. All that came from Amulet. I'm sorry.
So true. No, very true.
Anyways, he's next. King Amulet.
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tacoma Dome.
Yeah. I want to treat him the way his wife should have treated him.
Really? Honey.
Because that shit was...
That was...
Gertrude sucks.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the absolute hater, Claudius.
Ooh. Form workers union with. Create construction LLC. Move to Oregon. Start a lumber business. Accidentally push into wood chipper.
It's so convoluted.
Yeah.
I will say, we haven't had an exceptions in a really long time. Today is not that day. Absolute pass. Hard pass. Feed to Iron Lung Monster.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, absolutely the fuck not. I just wanted to mislead you.
That was good. That got me.
Alright. Now the real the man. The real the myth. The real the legend.
The ghost.
History.
Smash.
Absolutely Mary.
Yes.
Kiss Mary kill? Nah bro, kiss Mary. Kill Claudius. Absolutely, all of the above.
Yes.
Or kill his killer. I don't know. Point being, marry Usury.
Never let it go.
Yeah. I'm never letting go. Scarlet, you shouldn't let go.
You're
I know you literally couldn't, but
you had to.
gotta do it to you. Because I didn't do it to you last week.
Uh-huh.
Smash or pass. The Durgan.
The fuck is the Durgan?
The dragon.
Oh, the dragon. Smash.
Fuck the Durgan, but not the Iron Lung monster. Yeah. You mean to tell me the Durgan is more attractive to you than Toy Chica?
It's a dragon. Has flashbacks.
She's the one callback. Yes. I'm not fucking the Durgan. It's too big. Either I can't pleasure it, or it has to do with one crust.
Words to live by. Words to live by. I'm gonna pull that out one day at like an AA meeting or something. I'm not even supposed to be there.
I'm not even supposed to be there. And last but not least, in my opinion, the prettiest person in the entire fucking movie. Smash or pass, our main protagonist, Scarlet.
Ascertain underwater crucible or like, you know, submarine type of thing. Find a new species of clam.
Where are we going with this?
Diminuate the entirety of the population so that I can collect all of the rarest pearls in the world, make it a necklace, and then have that as my offering for marriage.
Make a cooler offering than Anubis and Mary. That's my answer.
Fuck you! do what you did plus 5.
Double it and give it to me.
The time just didn't forever.
Either way, I'm happy that we would both marry Scarlet and Hughery.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say some controversial shit like nah, pass. I was gonna be all like, what?
Ruffle.
At the end of the movie, maybe at like the midpoint of the movie, I don't know, she was kind of more attractive when she was covered in soot.
Me when I'm an ogre.
Dude, she was in knight armor, had a fucking sword, was super badass, and had soot all over her. I don't. You gotta lift it off. You gotta believe her. Yup. Now, yeah. I don't know at what. I guess at the entire, just all of it, I would have. Yeah. I was gonna say, especially at the end, which yeah,
especially at any point.
Yeah, but yeah, she just wasn't not awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Same with Hughery. Awesome comment. No, Hughery too. Just no point in the movie I wouldn't. He didn't develop too much. He was like mostly a catalyst to develop others.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Our review on Scarlet 2026. That's the correct year.
Go watch it.
Please go watch it.
Buy it.
Ignore
Watch it
all
again.
of the reviews because they're very mid, and why? I don't understand.
I cannot comment.
I can't comprehend it below 9 out of 10.
No.
You're wrong. It's such a good movie.
Tune in next week for Gold.
Yeah, go.
Bad.
I have to go watch Go by myself.
Yay. On your own time. We'll figure it out.
Either way, I'm going to see it by the time we record on Monday. 98% of that can be cut. Go!
Tune in next week.